According to the head of a top Russian shipbuilding firm, Russia will arm its Yasen-class nuclear-powered submarines with Zircon hypersonic missiles to bolster their combat capabilities. Alexei Rakhmanov, the general director of the United Shipbuilding Corporation, told state-run RIA Novosti that the integration is already underway, and Moscow will soon have a more lethal underwater vessel to support maritime missions. Rakhmanov did not provide a precise time frame for the project, but several reports suggest that the first Zircon-equipped submarine will become operational in 2026. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why Russian Yasen-class submarines armed with Zircon missiles is a grave threat to NATO. Let's get started. One of the Yasen-class, Severodvinsk, has been tested with Zircon. According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, 2 launches took place on October 4th, 2021. One was conducted surfaced, and the other was when submerged. The ministry did not provide any details about the first one, which was conducted when surfaced. A video was released to depict the test launch from the surfaced Severodvinsk. The official statement said the second test launch was carried out while the boat was in the White Sea at a depth of just over 130 feet, and the missile hit a target in the neighboring Barents Sea. The ministry didn't provide any details regarding the total distance traveled by Zircons or the max speed reached by the missiles. The Yasen-class, unlike older Soviet vessels, are multi-mission boats, similar to American Seawolf or Virginia classes. Submarines of this class have technically unlimited range and endurance since they're nuclear-powered. They displace 13,800 tons submerged and have a length of around 140 meters. A subclass named yasen-m has also been developed with some upgrades. Apart from 10 torpedo tubes of 533 millimeters that can accommodate Futliar UGST-M heavyweight torpedoes, each vessel of this class is equipped with 8 or 10 VLS silos, depending on the variant, that could be equipped with subsonic caliber, supersonic P-800 Onyx, or hypersonic Zircon missiles. In 2014, a year after the first Yasen-class submarine was launched, U.S. Navy Rear Admiral Dave Johnson acknowledged that the new Russian asset would be a tough opponent for Washington. He said during a naval symposium, "I am so impressed with this ship that I had Carderock build a model from unclassified data. The rest of the world's undersea capability never stands still." U.S. Air Force General Glenn Van Herk also said in 2021 that the fielding of very quiet submarines, like the Yasen-class, increases security risks for Moscow's adversaries. Russia plans to build 11 of these. 3 are currently active. In 2018, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced that Russia was developing a series of new weapons. Zircon was one of them. As per President Putin's address in the Russian Federal Assembly, the Zircon is capable of reaching speeds of Mach 9. President Putin mentioned that the missile is able to destroy both seagoing and land targets. As per reports, the Zircon will have both a radar target seeker and an optical electronic complex to detect and track targets. The missile could be equipped with a high-explosive warhead or even a tactical nuclear warhead. While there are several ways to achieve hypersonic speed, Zircon is thought to use a scramjet engine. The scramjet is an innovation on the ramjet. They rely on the huge pressures created by fast airflow into the engine to ignite the fuel and generate thrust. There are 4 aspects that make Zircon a lethal weapon. 1. The speed makes it almost unstoppable. It's to be noted that even the excellent Aegis system equipping the American Arleigh Burke-class destroyers will be too slow to react in time. 2. Since Zircon is heavy and fast, it will have lots of kinetic energy, which will come into play along with the explosive warhead, and a single hit from it could be enough to cripple even a supercarrier. 3. Another important aspect of the missile is its plasma cloud. As per multiple reports, the air pressure in front of the weapon forms a plasma cloud as it moves and is completely covered by a plasma cloud during the flight. The plasma cloud would absorb radio frequencies emitted from radars, and since the waves are not reflected back, it will essentially mean that the missile will be partially invisible. It's highly likely that the missile will be detected very late, and this will make intercepting Zircon almost impossible with the current air defense systems. 4. The missile can actually fly at low altitude, and hence it's very hard to defend against, as the radar will catch it much later when compared to traditional missiles. Recently, the U.S. NORTHCOM commander, General Glenn Van Herk, said that Russia has frequently been deploying its Yasen-class nuclear cruise missile attack boats. Russian submarines are not just in the Pacific, but also in the Atlantic. So technically, the situation is turning out to be dangerous, especially since the conflict in Ukraine has increased the trust deficit between Russia and NATO. Russia has been developing asymmetric weapons to counter the American military, and Zircon is a key weapon. It's to be noted that America's Government Accountability Office (GAO) report had stated that the U.S. currently lacks the defenses required to protect against the latest crop of hypersonic weapons being developed by China and Russia. The report states, China and Russia are pursuing hypersonic weapons because their speed, altitude, and maneuverability may defeat most missile defense systems, and they may be used to improve long-range, conventional, and nuclear strike capabilities. There are no existing countermeasures. In its response to the GAO, the Department of Defense described the report as an accurate, although sobering, macro picture of how the U.S. stands in the world against emerging threats. So, a silent submarine, like Severodvinsk, armed with Zircon, is a major threat for the U.S. and NATO forces. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.